Solana is looking likely it's going to continue its downward trend towards $20 as we projected on the 25th of June. And today we're going to do an update and see the technical analysis on why. I'm also going to show you how you can get access to my analysis, my live charts of Solana, and put it into your own trading view to get the exact settings. So if you like today's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. My name is Jagir. I'm the award-winning author of The Extraordinary New Venture Capital Opportunity, How to Invest Like a Pro, featured in the best-selling book, High Probability Trading Strategies, back in 2008, where I only used to focus on currencies, but now exclusive on crypto. So let's dive into Solana. So here's the video that we did on the 25th of June. And what we said was Solana is likely to crash below $20, detailed SOL price analysis, high probability trade setup. And it's just unfolded, just textbook, pretty much just textbook as anticipated. Now we can only do probabilities and never certainties, but boy, this is just a really good setup to the downside that we were anticipating. And look at our live Solana chart. It's just unfolded perfectly, just absolutely perfectly. So what we're going to look at today is this part of the market. What is this indicating to us from a technical standpoint? And what should we anticipate next and why? And we're going to do a deep dive into this. But before I do, I told you I'm going to show you how to get access to my Solana charts. So I've launched something very new, really recently, called the R15 Crypto Gym, where we do daily workouts on how to short the market, how to make money in the crypto, and it's phenomenal. And in the trial that I've got for you, if you look at crypto charts, we can click on Solana and you have my Solana charts, literally what we're going to do today. And as I update it, you'll get live updates as well. And how this all works is when I'm giving you a 7-day trial where you get my R15 Crypto Gym for £1. And what you'll get is my Crypto Gym workouts. We're really focused on the Binance coin. We're going to launch some more coins in the near future. Elliott and Fibonacci Bootcamp, 7-day bootcamp. We're going to give you some core training on making sure that you understand the core fundamentals. You'll get access to my Telegram, all for £1. So you're going to get just an immense amount of value. So I welcome you to try it out. Day number 1 on the bootcamp, you're going to get Elliott Wave intro, Elliott Wave basics, and the rules and guidelines. And there's day 2, there's day 3, there's day 4, 5, 6, and 7. And you're going to get lifetime access to the bootcamp, right? For £1. So I think you're going to absolutely love it. But what we're going to do today is what I want to look at is this, right? Really, really looking into the detail of Solana. So let's just pop out of this hourly chart and we're going to pop into a 1-day chart, sorry, a daily chart. And what I'm going to focus on the daily chart is this momentum indicator. So there's thousands of momentum indicators, but my absolute favorite is the stochastics RSI. And what it tells us is it gives us valuable information in conjunction with Elliott Wave patterns, Fibonacci price, Fibonacci time. It tells us what's the rate of change in the momentum. And when the momentum is in this upper bracket above this black line, it tells us that we should expect the price to be sideways to down over the next few days, right? Next few days. And if that coincides with pattern, that gives us a massive clue on what's likely to occur. So now let's just pop back into the hourly chart in the bottom right. Again, you will have access to this when you do the £1 trial and you'll get 7 days. And this exact chart, exactly what I'm doing here, you'll get to view it, but you can also copy it into your own trading view and have all the exact same settings. So what we saw over here was with Solana, we had this nice movement to the downside. And one of the most powerful things with Elliott Waves is it tells you is the market likely to be in a correction or an impulsive sequence. In other words, this movement to the upside, we have to deduce, are we in a new trend? And are we going to expect the market to really take off? Or is it showing us a structure where it's a correction and we should see a continuation to the downside? Now, we went for the continuation to the downside for a very particular reason. And I want to cover that with you now. The reason was because logical is mechanical and it's high probability. And we've seen it unfold, right? Is the waves, first of all, this is a 3-wave structure, but the waves, this wave here, overlapped into the previous wave structure. And when you see an overlap structure, that's a sign of weakness. And it says the sellers are stronger than the buyers. And it's a pattern signal of a corrective sequence. So it looks like the second most common type of correction, an ABCDE correction. It's a complex correction, but it's still relatively common. And then what we anticipate at the end of this is a continuation to the downside. Now what we have is something called an overbalance of price and time. And what I mean by that is this initial movement to the downside, which we anticipated back in June 25th, like we anticipated this. So, we're not doing it in hindsight, we're doing it in foresight. But we're now going to look at what's likely to occur next. Now can we make money as the market goes down? This movement to the downside is bigger than any former movement to the downside. It's bigger than this movement to the downside. It's called an overbalance of price. And it's been going sideways to down longer in terms of time, longer than this movement to the downside and longer than this movement to the downside. To make it even clearer for you, I want to show it to you like this. This movement here is bigger than any former movement. This one over here and this one over here is bigger in both time and price. That's one of the guidelines of Elliott waves that tells us the market is in a new trend to the downside and we should anticipate that. What I want to now pay special attention to and get your focus on, again, I really like the Solana project, but what we're looking at is the psychology of the buying and selling behavior. What does this look like to us? Again, this wave has overlapped into this wave. Even though we've got a new high, there's an overlapping corrective structure. So therefore, we should anticipate a continuation of the former trend. And when I say former trend, I'm referring to this. So it means that it's highly probable that we're going to see this low exceeded. And then potentially seeing Solana go as low as $20, maybe even lower. So now let's just do some Fibonacci analysis. So we don't need to get too anal with this wave count. We know it's corrective. It could be an A, B, C, D, E. We don't need to get too anal right now. But what I want to do is some Fibonacci. I'm going to do it relatively fast. I'm going to do it with the bar chart because I want the extremes. I want the extreme high. So we do the retracement first. I'll do it fast. By the way, in the bootcamp, you'll get access to this training. So let me just do that again. On how to do this, because I cover some of the core fundamentals. Because in the R15 crypto workouts, we cover this pretty much daily, right? So most corrections are minimum 50%. So we can see we've tagged that now in the 50% region, maximum 78.6, but we're not in that region. We can also measure the former waves. So this initial wave up, project it from here. We're interested in the red line. We can see that we're in that range. Just tag that red line over here. But we're also going to do the same again for this previous move. This move up, measure it from here. And again, we're really in that range. So what that tells us is this is really, really significant price zone over here. Right? Really, really important to us. Then we're going to look at some time. We're going to do some basic time. Basic is going to be the former swings. So I'm going to measure this swing over here. Project it forward. And the main ratio that I'm looking for is 100% and 1.618. Right, and we'll do the same again for this swing over here. And we can see that 100% is really, really significant over here. So now we have this price and time zone to say, okay, we might be at a local top. To complete this correction, we now want a short trade opportunity. I love pattern reversal signals and to get triggered into the trade with an order with the market moving in our direction. And one of the easiest ways is just looking for a swing low. So we've got a swing low over here. If you want to be a bit more conservative, we could wait for this swing low. You could even wait a bit more. And one of the ways of doing it is you let the market either signal and then wait for a pullback. Or if you're really confident, is we can zoom in and get quite tight. Like there's these swing lows down here as well. We can look for these short positions over here. Yeah, this one we higher risk, but you can kind of take that with a pinch of salt. So there you have it. So now what we've got with Solana, I just want to finish on this, is what should we anticipate of the immediate move to the downside? Well, the first move to the downside, we can refer to this as a wave 1. And it looks like some type of wave 2 structure over here. So wave 1, if the market does continue to the downside, which is likely, very likely, what we should anticipate is a movement of 1.618. Why? Because that's the most common wave 3 target. And let's just see what price range the 1.618 gives us. It gives us the price of $18.39. Right, so we might see an impulsive move to the downside. The daily momentum supports that. We've got pattern, a corrective sequence. We've got Fibonacci ratios and time zones saying this is likely to be a top at this zone, especially if we take out a swing low. This one would be a good confirmation for us. If the pattern goes, if the price goes below this point, that'd be a good, strong confirmation for us. And then literally looking for short trades to ride this. So currently it's around $37 to $18. Talking about a 50% move. That's a big move. And if you get a nice tight entry, you can make some significant profits on the downside with Solana. So there you have it. So it's a very, very high probability setup. So let's keep a close eye on this over the days and weeks as it unfolds. And now also to keep in mind, I just want to remind you of this. I'm going to go into the daily chart. I'm very bullish on Solana, believe it or not, because the macro viewpoint of Solana is that we are coming towards what looks like the end of a major correction. This whole big ABC to the downside, even though we're looking to short it, it's the last parts of this correction. And if that's the case, what I anticipate over the coming months is all-time new highs. But that's not overnight. We're looking more for downside movement, going below $20, make some money on the way down, the immediate 7 days, 14 days, literally like now, and then to get ready for the end of a major trend. And if we do get a reversal, what I'm looking for over the coming months, like the rest of 2022, is this on Solana. It's on the daily chart, right? So it's a bit of a paradox. We gotta go down before we go up, but there's a downward movement happening right now. Let's take advantage of that because it's pretty clear patterns. And then we're looking for long trade setups on the long-term macro viewpoint. So this is the macro view, but today we're focused on the micro, like literally, like now, right now, what's occurring right now, and this is what's likely to occur. So if you like today's content, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Join me for £1 7-day trial. It's just phenomenal what we've created. It's absolutely, the clients are going phenomenal, or going crazy about this. It's the R15 Crypto Gym. If you don't know this, I used to be in the gym business. I used to run physical health studios in the city of London, getting people in phenomenal shape. But we're using that same model, but for crypto trading, for futures trading, be 2 steps ahead of the market, doing some real high-level technical analysis with detail though, and at the same time, we're really looking for high probability setups. But in the bootcamp, what you're gonna get is you get 7 days bootcamp, you get access to my Telegram, you'll get the 7 days of workouts, and we're literally looking at the BNB coin, and you also get access to the Solana, BNB, and the Ethereum charts, and you can look at it over here. This is what it looks like in the back end, and you'll be able to click on these charts. Let's just say it's a Solana one. We'll click on this, and it'll take you to the chart. And what you'll be able to do is click on this access link, and you'll be able to see my live charts with the correct settings and everything else. So there you have it. There you have it. It's an exciting time. The markets, I'm very bullish on the markets, very bullish. But the next 2 weeks is more sideways to down, and then we're looking for all-time new highs over the coming months. So like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Join me for tomorrow's workout. I love to finish on a quote, but rather than my book, I'm going to go for a quote, which is one of my favorites. Really relevant to Solana. The trend is your friend. Ride it until its end, until it reaches its bend. Right now, the trend is down. I'm going to ride it until its end. And if we do reach its bend and the trend changes, then we're going to ride it for months on the upside. And we're going to ride it, and we believe we're going to get bigger movements to the upside that we've ever seen with Solana and other coins like BNB. And we're going to ride it. And so the trend is your friend. Ride it until its end, until it reaches its bend. So join me tomorrow, ideally in the workout, and tomorrow's content, because we're going to take your crypto trading and financial health to the next level. All right, see you soon.